A list of my FiL's freakouts. He did so much shit at my wedding and his daughter's wedding that I decided to just compile them into a list. My wedding. He woke my husband up on our wedding day screaming to make him bring his sister and her fiancé breakfast in bed. Held my husband's suit, tie, and shoes hostage until they could have a talk about how much of a jerk he was being by not centering his mother on his big day. Cursed out my bridesman because he forgot to get suitable shoes. My dad just asked what size he was and bought them. Phil was amazed that my dad didn't flay my friend alive, and still talks to this day about how patient my dad is, and what an astonishing feat to not scream about someone else's incompetence. Made stink face in every candid, generally unpleasant around my family, and cringed every time they were actively partying it up. Why the fuck do you think we spent so much money on the wedding to make sure everyone would have a fucking blast? I'm glad my family loved it and let loose. My Sil's wedding. Held my husband's shoes, tie, and suit hostage again. On the flight down, it was in Mexico, he rearranged the overhead bins to make sure his suit lay flat, and refused to listen to the stewardesses when they told him to stop, then kept cursing about how there's no common courtesy for customers these days, etc. My husband loudly just said, "Dad, shut the fuck up. No one wants to hear it," and his dad responded louder, "No, you shut the fuck up." Oh yeah, in the entryway to the airplane, like the door to the airplane, he opened up his luggage and decided to repack everything with no regard for anyone around him trying to board the plane, or the flight personnel telling him that this was not the time or place to do that. He had also done it in the airport entrance itself, trying to make his checked bag lighter. He demanded we open our luggage to put his extra stuff in, but we had already checked our bags, and he was fuming. Was generally such an asshole at the airport that one of the airport staff apologized to me for having to travel with him. Made racist jokes in front of the receptionist at the hotel. I finally said something which was, "Now why would you think that was an appropriate thing to say?" But my husband just shouted, "Dad, what the fuck is wrong with you?" Demanded to be in charge of my husband's clothes for the wedding but brought the wrong shoes, so he fucked it up this time. Blamed my husband for not double checking. Was the most pleasant person ever during the wedding. Even got up to make an impromptu speech about how amazing his son-in-law and his daughter are. Cried happy tears, etc. It was such a stark contrast to his attitude on our wedding that deeply hurt both husband and I. Bonus for our engagement party. Claimed he spent $30,000 on it. He did not. He spent $30,000 doing very unnecessary cosmetic upgrades to the outside of the house since they were hosting. No one noticed. Got catering from a place that had mostly stuff I could not eat. I was given a paper plate of 4 pieces of cold shrimp scampi. This one was his mom, but she made me lead everyone in singing happy birthday to her friend and give her a cake during the engagement party. There was more, but these were the highlights.
Please keep going. This is legitimately hilarious. I almost did a spit take when I got to the second hostage situation with your husband's outfit.
Here's the joke transcript. Phil, we gotta watch out for the cartel down here. Mean now why would you think that's an appropriate thing to say? Husband, Dad, what the fuck is wrong with you? Phil, no, it's okay. I checked online, the cartel isn't here. Like bro, how did you check? Findmycartel.com. Because I'm sure the cartel keeps the internet well updated about where they are at all times. Fucking idiot.
I literally want to hear more stories about him. I can't believe he tried to rearrange his luggage in the doorway of the plane.
God, in the almost 15 years I've been with my husband, there are just so many. I think one of the weirdest things is that he collects antique rugs. So many of them. That in and of itself isn't weird, but the amount he has is weird. And puts them in every room, including the bathroom. And then got furious that the rugs got wet when he, I don't know, put them in the wettest room in the house. His office is half full of rolled up rugs. He put one of the rugs in the room designated for my husband and his sister to hang out in as kids. The rug probably was worth $100,000, but the fucking moron decided to put it in the Cheeto dust and root beer room. Can't wait for the freakout when that rug is eventually removed from that room.